Hey, how you doing? Justin here. In this lesson, we're going to talk about what things I would recommend that you practice for lesson 3. It's a 20-minute routine again, so it's not too bad. Not much of this is really difficult. It should be kind of fun. Hopefully the finger pain is starting to lessen a little bit by this point. You want to really start enjoying it. Some of the strumming stuff you might find a little challenging, but we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. So first thing that you've got is 2 minutes on your chord perfect practice, 1 minute on the A minor chord and 1 minute on the E minor chord. Now I know in previous sessions we've done a little bit more practice on new chords, but both those chords are fairly simple. A minor very simple to E minor, but a bit further down, so in some ways that makes it a little easier. And the E minor chord's just like an E with a finger lifted off. So I'm not anticipating you having too many problems with those, but still do a little bit of work on the chord perfect practice to make sure that the chords are sounding really nice and none of the strings are not getting muted that shouldn't be. Then we've got 3 sets of 1 minute changes. The first one, A minor to E, is all about shifting that whole chord shape up. So getting your A minor chord and then lifting the whole hand up and plomping it down over onto the E chord, then lifting it up and moving it all back down to the A minor and getting used to trying to move your fingers as a group. I found when I was practicing it that my second and third fingers were happy to travel together, but my first finger was always didn't want to kind of join them. But that's one of the things that you probably find yourself working on a bit. Then we've got E minor to D, which is our first all change where there's no anchors or anything, so that all of the fingers got to come up and go down a different part of the guitar neck. That might feel a little bit tricky, but again, really good thing to be working on for your chord changes. And then last week we've got A minor to E minor, which are both of our new chords, and there's a whole bunch of songs I've got there listed on the site that you can use, that you can practice, that just use those 2 chords. So that's a really good one to have in there as well. I've included 1 minute of continued anchor finger practice. So it's kind of about doing the anchor finger, but it's also about keeping your A, D, and E chords in. Okay, so just working on those jumps, just like we've been doing previously, just for 1 minute, just to make sure that you don't forget about those chords, particularly if you're doing a lot of practice on your A minor to the E minor. That's one of the other reason why it's there. Then we got strumming practice for 2 minutes. Now, really you want to be working on that pattern 1, 2, 3, and 4, or down, 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 up, down. But really the key things that you're looking for here is trying to keep your arm nice and relaxed while you're doing it, try and avoid letting it get very tense. Working on holding the pick, because many of you will find that the pick's moving around a little bit, particularly if you're using a pick that's too thick. So if you're having that problem of the pick falling out of your fingers or getting tangled up, then you definitely want to be looking at the thinner pick. And just really trying to work on a nice even motion there with your arm, so it all feels nice and relaxed, not too tense in your shoulder or your forearm. Just really going for a nice relaxed movement there. We've got 2 minutes of that strumming practice because it really is a pretty big deal getting your strumming working real well. Then we've got 2 minutes practice on Seven Nation Army. Now, there's no kind of, you have to be able to play the riff. Moving up and down the fretboard like that, playing on the 5th string, trying to mute the thicker string. There's quite a lot of stuff going on there. So there's a lot of things that you'll learn that you probably won't even realize you're learning by having a go. Okay, so this is just for fun. You don't have to be able to play the riff perfectly before you move on or anything like that. It's just have a bit of a go. It's a fun riff. It's very recognizable. Lots of people like playing it on guitar, so have a bit of fun with that. We've got 2 minutes on that. And then we've got 10 minutes practicing the songs. Now, it really is different for different people. I like having a bit of a variety of different tunes that I'm practicing on within my 10 minutes. Some people prefer to work on the one song over and over again for 10 minutes or for a whole week and just really focus on the one tune. Other people like to do loads of different tunes and really keep the variety strong. Do whatever it is that you feel is best for you. What do you enjoy the most? That's what you should be doing. Don't be worrying about necessarily doing what I say. We have got 3 stellar songs that you can use for the A minor to E minor chord, which is Sing by Ed Sheeran, Moves Like Jagger, Maroon 5, and I Belong to You by Lenny Kravitz. All of those songs are fantastic ones for working on your A minor to E minor chord changes. So when to move on? That is the $1,000,000 question usually for beginners. So you need to have memorized your A minor and E minor chords as well as all of the other chords that we've looked at so far. Be really good if you can get the chord changes between any of those chords around 30 changes a minute in your 1 minute changes. If you can get above that, great, but 30, maybe late 20s. It's important that you don't get bored though. So if you're at 25 for a little bit and you're struggling but you want to move on, then it's okay to move on. I always feel like it's better to stay somewhere for a little bit and get confident rather than rushing ahead. So if you're feeling like you could do with a bit more work on it, then stay on it for a little bit. Work on a little bit more on the songs, because everyone wants to play songs anyway. You should want to play songs. That's the point. So don't feel in a hurry. Just go, well, I'm going to spend another week here and learn a couple of new songs, a couple more songs. That would be a kind of a really good approach to do it that way. You want to have a go at doing Seven Nation Army, but you don't have to have perfected it at all. That's not the deal. And it would be good to have learned at least one song that's using both the new chords, the A minor and the E minor chord, but there's not more. You don't have to have achieved a particular speed on a song or whatever, but have a go at playing them. Of course, I think it's a really good idea to be using my beginner song course app, because you're working on playing in time and lots of other skills, important skills there. But do have a go to remember playing it on your own as well, because that's a good revealer. It might show you some things that get hidden with it when you're playing along with the app as well. So good luck with your practice. Hope it goes really well and that you're enjoying using my practice assistant. Let me know in the comments if you've got any problems. I'll do my best to try and help you out. See you soon. Bye-bye.